I will start recording. So Thad.
All right. Thank you. So very excited to talk about PartnerBot with all of you. But before I start jumping into things, I wanted to introduce a couple of other people. So Alante Fields is on the call with us, and she's one of the people responsible with helping roll out this PartnerBot to partners, as well as helping develop the content that sits behind the PartnerBot. Laura, who's not on the call with us, she is also involved with the content development and helping drive the personality that she'll interact with inside of the bot. And then we've got Abhi as well, who's with us from the Dynamics engineering team. And he's the person behind the platform that we're using to bring the partner bot to partners. So let's start and tell you about the bot. So this is not a UX design. This is just merely a quick mock-up of how we expect the bot to look and behave for partners. But the way that we see the partner bot is it is the front door experience that partners will interact with and be able to answer pretty much any of your partner related questions. So whether you're asking questions about your membership and your benefits, or if you have questions regarding, a support related topic, maybe something's wrong with your account or you need incentives help. And also to the point where you can ask questions about, hey, show me your support ticket XYZ, and we can show you information about that ticket, and then you can interact with the bot to make changes to that ticket. So we really want this to be a self-serve mechanism for partners to be able to interact with in a conversational way. And having it give you the ability to resolve issues yourself through this means. And so a couple of things that we definitely want to make sure that we deliver with the bot is, first of all, we want the bot to be one click away anywhere that you're going. So as you're going through the partner site, we want you to have access to the partner bot. So if you look over on the right-hand side at the image, you can see we've got this Get Help button up towards the upper right-hand corner. And this is just to indicate, there's this one location where you can access the bot, and it will be consistent as you browse throughout the partner experience. We also want the bot to maintain a consistent UX across all the different partner sites that you'll be interacting with. So the way that you see a UX here in the bottom right-hand corner, the way that it pops up, the way that it behaves should be consistent as you're browsing across the different partner portals. One of the big things for us is also, we don't want you to think of the bot as just support. It's not just, instead of talking to the regional service center or a support engineer, I'll just ask the bot. It's not just geared around answering support questions. So you might have questions regarding what it takes to achieve a certain competency, or even more specifically, you're in the process of achieving a competency and you want to know what your next steps are. So don't think of it as just a support mechanism. And the bot, obviously we can't answer everything, so we're not going to try to answer everything and do a good job at some and a poor job at others. We'll do a great job at the ones that we can answer. And then there's going to be things where we don't have the expertise, like maybe it's related to an Azure type issue that's technical in nature. And so we'll get you connected with the Azure support team to answer those questions rather than the bot try to answer something that it doesn't have expertise in. The other big thing is the partner bot will retain your browsing context. So a lot of times whenever you interact with a site and you need to go to a support experience, you are on a page and then you have to click a link to go to something, some support page, and then you can start to address your issue through that support page. What we want you to do is remain in the context of where you were at. So if you're looking at an invoice while you're browsing and you have questions about the invoice, you can invoke the bot directly from there, never leave what you're looking at in terms of the invoice, and be able to interact with the bot. And it will take the context information of where you're at and share that with the backend to also help with providing a response to the question that you may be asking the bot. So those are some of the core tenets that we have for the partner bot. Now, there's a slide that I'm going to skip over after this one that contains a video of how HP uses the V1 version of this product over on their side. It's an interesting watch. It's a 3-minute video, but I'm not going to bring it up in here. You guys can revert back to the PowerPoint to watch that video. So the technology that's going to be driving the bot is Dynamics 365 AI for customer service. It's a module inside of Dynamics, and so it's used in multiple places. So if you start in the upper left-hand corner, you've got the Insights app. And so the Insights app is collecting information about different interactions that are going on with our support team. So this means our support teams will be in Dynamics 365 using it. And so all of the insights that we gain from supported interactions will go into this Insights app. Then when an agent is interacting with the cases, we're also connecting content and solutions as we're going through and interacting with partners. And so the AI will be able to provide automated solutions to agents as new cases come in, and it understands what the issue type is about. And so that then cascades down to the actual bot itself. And so the virtual agent designer is a part of the platform. And this is where you go in and create your topics or your intents, the workflow that you'll take a partner through in their interaction around a specific topic. And so the platform allows you to quickly identify those, and it will make suggestions on different topics you create. And you can go into this visual design canvas and begin building out the flow so that it's very easy to build a flow. Plus, it doesn't require any sort of coding expertise from an agent. So you could hand something like this to an agent and ask them to connect the pieces. And then that then can be published out immediately into the virtual agent. Thus, a partner can then begin using it, and it just becomes this continuous cycle where we're able to take a look at how then you're using the bot, whether we're doing a good job of answering questions that you have for the bot, and then continue to make that cycle work. In terms of timeline, we're getting pretty far along. We're closer to the right-hand side than we are the left, and so the green boxes that you see there are related to the Dynamics 365 platform. And so you can see the different iterations that have taken place. We're currently in the public preview for the virtual agent. The Insights is already available. But from a partner bot standpoint, that's the purple boxes. We're currently in a pilot phase and testing it with different partner groups. And so this is taking place. We started back in May, and we'll continue to do this over the next few months. You'll begin to start seeing the bot show up on the partner site sometime around September, October is when we'll start to get it out officially onto the partner site so that you can begin using it in that context. And then a broad availability or general availability of the Dynamics platform, the virtual agent platform, will be available towards the end of October. So those are some of the timelines. Now, I'm going to switch out of the presentation real quick and go into show you a couple of items here. So the pilot that we're running is available through the community, and these links will be available to you within the presentation and inside of the community. But this is just a site that you can go to get an understanding of what the bot is, and then you can participate in the pilot. Any feedback that you get while using the bot, it can go into this thread and you can share it. And we've got a team of people behind this watching the feedback and responding to the feedback and incorporating changes into the bot real time as we get this information into us. If you're interested in the platform itself, there are a couple of good resources. So there's a YouTube video done by Alyssa here, and it goes into a very good demo of the virtual agent platform, so that you can see how the full cycle works, from the customer service module all the way through the virtual agent being used. If you want some additional videos that may be a little bit more granular, there's on the Microsoft Dynamics 365 YouTube channel, there's a customer service playlist, and it has a lot of videos around the virtual agent. So it does an end-to-end virtual agent demo, but then it also gets into some specific parts of the virtual agent. So how do I go in and create a topic? How do I use Microsoft Flow to create actions? And so there's some great videos in there if you're interested in the platform. And then the pilot itself. So if you want to go in and test the pilot, it's accessible through that community site that I showed you. But this is where you'll end up landing. And so the partner bot is here. And you can very easily come in and begin interacting with the bot immediately, leaving us feedback as you're going through. So I can come in and say, I want to know about how to print an invoice. It will go in and it will look to see if it has an answer for me. It looks like it has an answer. And so then it will take me through the workflow associated with being able to print an invoice. And it will step you through each step of the way, making sure that you're getting the information that you need. At the end of being able to provide you a response, the bot's going to come in and ask you, did this help you or did this not help you? And that information is invaluable to us because that's what's going to help us determine where we need to make improvements to the bot. So if we were able to help you resolve your issue, then let us know that it was resolved. If not, tell us no, it wasn't. And those are the types of feedback that we'll be looking for to help improve the bot. So next slide I'm going to go into is I'm going to hand things over to Alante, and she'll walk us through how to provide feedback in the places where we'll be collecting feedback.
Great, thanks, Thad. And so before we get going into getting your feedback, just some top-level guidelines to make sure that we are hearing you and that we are really getting into the nitty-gritty of some changes that we should make, because we are making changes in real time. Just some things to consider as you test the bot. So how well is the bot responding to the scenarios? We do have some things built into the bot already, as you saw that testing with the invoice. But also, what are some ideas for other scenarios that you would like to see the bot tackle? We are still building it out as we are in pilot stage. So if you have ideas and thoughts, please let us know. And if you have an experience not so great, that's fine. But if you can provide not only a critique, but some ideas of how that experience could be better, that would be really helpful for us as we make more adjustments to the scenarios and intents that we currently have. And there are a couple of different ways to reach out to share feedback. So there's this thread, for instance, this event. There's a community post. Then we also have an alias set up if you would rather do it via email. So you can send us a note at partbotfeedback@microsoft.com. And so we have a couple of scenarios here that we would love for you to test. So if you could go through at least 3, and then you can post your feedback on the community page. Screenshots are definitely appreciated if you're able to do that. And so these are some of the things that we pulled from chat logs, different data sources, when we connect with our subject matter experts as far as what is the kind of the top content that we know partners are looking for or would like more information on. So please test away, and then we are open to questions. So if you want to say something vocally, please do. If you want to post it in chat window, our community we are all ears. Thank you. And then we have a couple other things coming up. So today we had our Ask Me Anything. We have an Inspire side session scheduled in July, and then we have that ongoing post. We also are planning to do a couple other testing sessions with partners, so stay tuned for those. And we will post that on the community channel as well. So as you test the bot, or as we've gone through this presentation, are there any questions?
And we can answer questions about the partner bot itself, but we've also got, like I said, Abhi on here, who's from the engineering team, who can also talk about the Dynamics platform as well, as it relates to the virtual agent technology.
Hi, I might have missed this. So is there a place where, so would in order to test the bot, would we be going into a certain environment to do that? I might have missed that. Just wanted to.
Yeah, so the place to test the bot from is you can go into this community here. And in the community, we've got a link
Perfect.
where you can access the bot. You click on that and it will take you to the site that I demoed the bot on.
Okay, perfect. Wasn't sure if I was the only person who did not exactly pay attention there. So I'll call myself out. I'm going to share this link just in case someone doesn't have it handy. I'll just drop it into the chat right now.
Great, thank you.
So it seems there are no questions in the chat.
Yeah, that's correct. So I would assume that maybe folks are now testing out the bot, and if they have questions, they'll either place it into the chat or into the community. So we can allow folks a few minutes to test out with the bot.
Yep.
Should we go back to the screen that had the list of scenarios on it?
We can do that.
So I started by asking the bot, I'm a potential net new partner. I want to get started with setting up my membership, and it responded to me and said, please let me know what best describes the problem you're experiencing with partner center migration. So I'm not sure if that's a.
So that's probably a bad response there. That would be one where you respond, this didn't answer my question.
Yeah, it seems very off. Good for learning.
Why people are testing, I'll bring up the analytics piece of this that we look at so that you can get a sense of what it looks like from the back end standpoint and how we're analyzing the interactions that are taking place with the bot. So this is the Dynamics 365 virtual agent canvas. And so just a little bit of a walkthrough here. On the home button, it gives you a summary of the bot. Topics, this is where we manage the content that drives the bot. The analytics tab, obviously, is where we're looking at the data associated with interactions that have taken place in the bot. And then deploy over here is what helps a user deploy the bot to a site. And so you can see over the last 7 days, we've had roughly about 118 sessions, which is up. Engagement with the bot is about 86%. The resolution rate, meaning that a person responded to a conversation saying that this resolved my issue, is 25%. Escalation rate is you asked the bot a question, an answer was provided, you said that it wasn't a good answer, and you chose to engage with a support agent. Abandon rate is you asked a question, an answer was provided, and you didn't respond yes or no to whether it resolved your question. You just dropped out. And then CSAT is the satisfaction rating. So once you've gone through the bot and you've completed your session, the bot will ask you to rate the session on a scale from 1 to 5. And so this is the data that we're looking at, and you can see that it will give us more detail about the different things that are, not. So these have a 0% resolution rate. So obviously these will be topics that we'll want to look at first as a priority. And so we've got a team that sits behind this, monitoring the analytics to be able to improve the bot real time.
Thanks for that background on the analytics. That I'm looking at the community and I saw a couple partners posted a few questions. And I guess they would find this information out as the bot is continuously improving, but I'll just, for the purpose of this AMA, share what their feedback was. So one partner said that they tried 3 times to ask to see a list of Microsoft certifications associated with their specific partner ID. They did not have a good experience. Is there any feedback or further learning or something that's coming in the pipeline that would help a partner in the future with that type of question or issue?
Yeah, so right now we don't have authentication. So being able to ask the bot that sort of question that's very specific to your organization, it's coming here in the short term. But because we can't authenticate you, we can't ask the backend for information about a partner and then return the results back because we haven't authenticated you. So that scenario will be coming once we get authentication in place.
Excellent, thank you. And let me find the other question here and just ask in just 1 second. Okay, then the other partner asked, what has the bot currently been trained with? This person was attempting to test out its knowledge of licenses.
Licenses is one of the areas where we've got a lot of work to do. Let's just leave it at that. There's a lot of questions regarding licensing. So one way that a partner can help us is by asking those questions of the bot, seeing if it does bring back any responses that are of value. If they are of value, then let us know that. If not, provide us that feedback and we'll start to surface that in the analytics and we can start to concentrate on those topics. But licensing is a tough subject that we're currently tackling right now.
Great, thank you. Those are all the questions that I see online. I know we are almost at time here. We have about 1-2 minutes left. Are there any questions or feedback from anyone on the call in terms of testing out the bot? Any feedback you wanted to provide in the chat, or if you want to come off mute and ask any questions of the team, now is the time to do so. Okay, it does not seem like there are any additional questions. So thank you, Thad and Alante, for this presentation, this opportunity to learn more about the partner virtual agent and the bot that is coming. We appreciate you taking the time to share this with the community. Andra will be providing this recording and posting it within the event post within the next couple of hours. And so anyone who was not able to make this call or anyone who wants to review the presentation can do so, and it'll be on demand in Microsoft Partner Community. So with that, we'll go ahead and conclude the presentation. Thank you everyone who was able to join, and we will see you at our next Ask Me Anything session.
Thank you.
Thanks, goodbye.
Thank you.